guys, we have just made it to the airport in Majorca and we got our car. Sorry to interrupt, but I forgot to do an intro while I was vlogging, but here I am. Hi everyone, I'm Joyce. I'm 23. I've just moved from Hong Kong to London. You know, when it comes to moving abroad, you always wanted to try something different. So I decided to start documenting what's happening in my life, even though I'm not sure how committed I am, but here's the first one. Disclaimer, it's probably going to be a bit dry because I did not narrate the entire time, so I'll be doing my voiceover. Anyways, thanks so much for clicking in, guys. And without further ado, let's get started. So this is Jeff, my boyfriend, and here we are at our first stop after resting for a little bit at our hotel. We did no research, but it happened that they are a French restaurant, and yes, we were eating French cuisine in Spain. But we had some sausages and bread, white veal for a main, and we also had a poached pear with their featured wine. The food, I would say 7 out of 10, but we really enjoyed their live music. The next day we went to a beach. The resolution, you can tell it's absolutely terrible, but we were just trying out different functions. The video is really bad, but the photos are giving some sort of thin camera vibes. But in general, the beach is really, really nice. White sand, clear water. It was a bit cold, but it was low season. And then we actually didn't do much. We wanted to go to Sea Cave, but we couldn't make it because we spent too much time having lunch at the Sosa restaurant. And our dinner that night was also a meh. You can tell the creme brulee came out very runny. Yeah. Anyways, lesson learned. We planned our following days really well. We went to Polenta the next day for their Sunday market and just walked around. We came across some real estate agency and damn, look at the price. It's not like, okay, disclaimer, it's not like that we can afford any of these, but it's basically impossible to get a house like it in Hong Kong or in central London with this price. But yeah, as we wended away from the main square, we led ourselves to the 365 Calvary steps. There's a chapel up there, but the view was more that drew us to climb. And yes, I forgot to film the film, so you can take a look at this picture if it helps. Before we head to the next station, we had gelato and it was really, really good because it was boiling hot that day. And then we went to for a quick walk. It's another town that radiates energy, so much sunshine. We then took a break at Bly, and their sandwich and salad are unexpectedly good. I have a really low bar, but their bread is not hurting the roof of my mouth, and it remains super crusty. Before we set up for dinner, we drove to, I don't know how to pronounce that, to view the sunset. And here's a big shout out to Jeff. To be honest, I got my license, but I don't think I dare or feel comfortable enough to drive because you could tell it's actually quite steep and twisty. That night, we finally managed to read through TripAdvisor and came across this restaurant that we really recommend. We panicked a little bit before going in because we thought there were no people inside. The food is fire. We had beef bone marrow and some ham. We had a beef fillet, grilled octopus, brownie, creme brulee, and we really loved the mains. And the general vibe because it was very cozy, where you could take your time to chat and eat with your friends here.
牛不佢脂肪，咁牛不佢肉，所以咪牛再加埋標可能標。
Okay. For our next day, we went to another small village, but again, very picturesque, and it's just shares a very different feeling compared to those that we have visited. It's very autumnal, homey, and serene, where you could take a walk and enjoy the view, but not anything touristy.
而家去嘅呢個 birthplace of Catalina Thomas。
跟住我哋跟緊成班唔識嘅人行緊呢個 tour。
講緊你唔識嘅文。
And then we moved our way to a rocky beach. It was a bit cold that day, but there were still a couple of people swimming there. The place we were standing was supposed to be a restaurant, but they are closed for winter break, similar to many other restaurants or hotels between November and February. But gladly they kept the area open, so we got to enjoy a better view of the beach.
Dạ. 啱啱好，我哋係有冇位啦，上面係有一個拳頭位，所以咧 headroom 咧就幾充裕，不過隻腳位咧就爭咁啲。
Afterwards, we went on a wine tasting tour at Bodega Ribas, and we again got a bit anxious because there weren't anyone there for 10 minutes straight when we arrived. But then the tour was really great. We had a walk in this 18th century family house and took a look at their winery, and of course tried out their wine, which we really liked. And I do recall the price. It's reasonable, so could be a fun activity if you love drinking wine. Good news is that we made the right pick again to dine at this place. I'm not sure if they are a Michelin star or Michelin recommended restaurant, but their steak tartare, food paella are really good. Not to mention their dessert. It's impressive. It's a tiramisu ice cream with something like a French toast. I seriously don't think that an explanation is needed with our reactions here.
點啊？真係㗎？試下
全餐最 impressive 呢個
好食，真係好食。
呢個我會俾10幾分，我會60，呢個真係好好食。
Finally, our last day here in Majorca, and we tried this famous pastry called
ensaimada.
Wow, 嗰啲人長期都腦充血，黐咗。
And finally, we did a bit of shopping at Sarah, and then we headed back to our lounge at the hotel to get ready for our departure. Voila, that's it. I'm not sure if it's too boring, and but yeah, anyways, do excuse me, and thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.